Welcome everyone. So excited to be here today. You know me, I love these sessions. I get so overwhelmed with emotions in these sessions. I always try and contain myself. So, firstly, thank you for joining. I know that some of you are only joining today's session and some are joining the whole container. Some won't be able to attend every session, but that's fine. Everything will be recorded and everything will be sent to everyone afterwards so that you can catch up. The main focus of today's one is really because it's the 1111 portal, and as some of you can already feel, the energies are pretty intense. You know, we've got some really powerful energies coming in with the 11, because the 11 holds quite a powerful frequency for us. You know, this is the frequency of duality, so there'll be a lot of polarity and density that we may be noticing. So the main theme for today is for us to really dip into that shadow as we see that mirror, you know, the two 11s or the two ones. And as we dip into that and to clear that shadow as we bring our light in. And 11 is a powerful number for creation and manifestation, transmutation and transformation. So what I'd really like you to do is to take a moment to think about what it is that is in distortion, that is in density for you, as we start stepping into the meditation. And also what you're noticing is in density and in distortion within the collective field. You know, we are all aware that there's a lot happening in the collective field. There's a lot of suffering. And I'm not going to step into that. All I ask, you know, for those who join my weekly classes, because this really is an extension of the weekly classes that I run, the Living from the Heart classes, is that we hold that template of unity and oneness. That's the main theme of our classes, and that we enter into our heart space and we open up the heart space and we hold that unified heart frequency and send that out to the collective. So, you know, as we hold that frequency for ourselves today and hold the awareness of what is in distortion, in density, in suffering, we have that ability, you know, as we join in this group, to really create a shift, to create a ripple of healing light that will radiate through the collective field and the quantum field of the cosmos. And to anchor in some healing codes, you know, we are all divine beings. We all have our sequence, our unique divine sequence of sacred coding, of sacred wisdom. And as we join as a oneness and we hold that space as a oneness, we can really bring a massive transformation to the collective field, as well as for ourselves. So the container will be, you know, as we step into the subsequent days of the container, the next 10 days of the container, we'll be focusing more personally on ourselves and what we'd like to anchor in for ourselves. And again, because of the concept of oneness, whatever we're anchoring for ourselves, whatever we heal in ourselves, we heal in the collective field, because ultimately we are all one, right? But today our focus and our heart is really going to be more streamlined into the collective field, and to focus on bringing that healing into the collective field. The theme for today that I want to focus on is the frequency of love and peace. So as we step into today, what I'd like to do is anchor in the codes and anchor in the frequency of love and peace. So I'll guide through the meditation as we do that. And then we can really seed that consciousness. We can really seed those codes within the oneness of this group. We create a huge ripple of light, a huge container of individual codes and one codes, because all of our codes merge as a oneness, and we can seed that into the earth grids so that every particle of life can receive that. Again, the intention always is that for those who are willing to receive it, you know, because we are sovereign beings, and we are here to use our free will. So not everyone will want to receive that. So it's up to those who wish to take that in and allow that healing for themselves. Okay. So any questions around that before I start dipping in any further? Are we all good? Okay. Brilliant. So in terms of today, in terms of the meditation, there's going to be some key parts to the meditation that we're going to work on. So we're going to come first into this just embodied presence where we sit in a little bit of stillness for ourselves and really think about what is in distortion for me right now, what is in suffering, what is in discomfort, dis-ease for myself. And we just hold that in awareness. And then we expand it outwards and we hold the collective field in awareness. And we're not going to step into the awareness with our ideas and our opinions. We're just observing the collective field and we're holding the awareness of what is in distortion, what is in suffering within the collective field. Okay. And the intention will be then to step into the hearts to bring that balance and that unity. So as we start to work with our meditation, so those of you who come to my weekly classes, we have been doing 3 months of this. We've been doing 3 months of womb work where we have been descending. So I know that not everyone who's here today or who's going to be catching up on this, is part of those classes. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a recap for you. We are working with, so in this meditation and through the quantum manifestation portal or gateway that we're going to be working on, we're going to be working with the feminine principle, the feminine energy of working in our embodied presence. There's no doing, there's no striving, there's no action to it. It's just an embodied frequency that we're working on achieving. And what we do is we understand what's divided, what's in distortion. We come into our heart space with that. So we activate the 2 divine feminine portals within the body, which is the heart chakra and the womb or hara. So for those who don't have a womb, it's hara. And we drop our awareness and we anchor in the light, our I am presence, and we descend into the womb. So when we descend, it's like, I always tell my class, it's like climbing into an ice bath. So we descend through the uncomfortable layers within our thoughts, our emotions, or the collective thoughts, the collective emotions, and we descend into the deepest, darkest. Why? Because the 11 is all about polarity. It's about the light and the dark. It's about the masculine, the feminine, right? So we're going to descend into the darkness and we're going to anchor in our light. And as we're descending, just the process of descending itself is the alchemical process. We don't have to do. So if you've come to my other global meditations, you would have noticed we would have done a lot of active transmutation work, right? We would have been focusing on alchemizing and transmuting certain elements. Whereas here we don't. All we do is we hold that embodied frequency of our light. And that does the transformation. That's the feminine path, right? So we're really working with that feminine energy to bring that light in. And then from there we radiate. So for those who are doing the quantum manifestation container, this is the first part of a 3-part series where we're working on creation. So today what we're going to be doing from our womb or hara chakra portal, we're going to be focusing on creating that frequency of love and peace. And as we're creating that frequency of love and peace, we then start to radiate that. Okay, so we really train ourselves to focus on that and radiate that out. Okay. Any questions? Are we good to go? Yeah? All right. So before we go, can you hear me clearly? All right. Brilliant. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to honor 2 minutes of silence. And what I'd like you to do in this space is start to think about what is in distortion for yourself and what is in distortion for the collective field. So we'll just stay in 2 minutes silence as we just bring our awareness and presence to that, and then I'll start guiding the meditation. So I'll pause the music. Very gently and very slowly, start to bring your awareness into the breath. At first, all we do is bring our awareness to the breath and the noticing of a breath, noticing that inward breath as it moves into the body, and that outward breath as it leaves the body. And we notice the interaction of the breath with the body. We notice the gentle moving of spaces in the body as the body receives the breath. And we notice the dropping, the releasing, the relaxation as we breathe out. And on the next in-breath, we consciously commit to the breath, bringing our awareness, our attention to the breath, focusing solely on the breath. And we come into the invitation of inviting the breath in to receive all the gifts that the breath brings. And allow your body to soften to receive the breath. feeling that gentleness of the breath, gently soothing and easing into the body. And as we breathe out, we come into that invitation of surrender, the invitation of being the observer in all that we notice, all that we feel. And we invite the body with each out breath to soften and to completely let go as it surrenders. And we continue the cycle of conscious breathing, where we receive with the breath, observe in the spaces in between, and surrender and let go. Gently drop our breath into the root chakra. And as we breathe into the root chakra, we feel that gentle opening of the root chakra, that gentle expansion of the root chakra. And as we breathe out, we start to breathe through the root chakra, dropping our awareness, our intention, through the breath, through the root chakra, and into the earth, connecting into Gaia, Gaia's consciousness, into the elements. Connecting our breath and our awareness into the earth star chakra below our feet, and dropping it further and further with each out breath through the layers of the earth, until we feel that connection with Gaia, hear her heartbeats and feel her heartbeat. On the next in-breath, the invitation is to take the breath up into the crown chakra. And here in the crown chakra, as we breathe into the crown and through the crown, we feel that opening and that expansion of our crown chakra. Seeing and feeling the breath moving into and through. Seeing and feeling how the crown chakra is gently opening and expanding, connecting you to your team of light, your guardians, your galactic family, your higher self, and your God essence, your I am. And we breathe into this awareness and this connection. this receiving of this connection, this receiving of this light. And the surrendering of all as we stay in this connection. Slow, conscious breaths into the body. Continuing to soften as we release. With the next in-breath, we bring the invitation of our awareness into the heart. And from this place in the heart, we see and feel that cascading light of our I Am Presence, like an endless waterfall cascading golden light or diamond light from the I Am Presence through the crown chakra, through the third eye, through the throat and into the heart. As we stay centered within the heart, we receive the light of our I Am Presence, the codes, the frequencies of our divine blueprint, as we allow them just to cascade through our being and anchor into the heart. Nara eshka na es na era tata esha e tasa e nara e na sa e sha e na tara e sa e ta isha na e I na e ra eshka na e tara isha na e sa e na ta tara e isha e na e sa ra e tata Ra esha e sa ina kara e naka esha ra es na esh. Holding that light in the heart, seeing, feeling it move through every cell, filling every electron, every molecule in the body. Every atom in the body is filled with this radiant light of your I Am Presence. Letting the focus be within the heart. And you can gently turn your inward vision towards your heart, seeing and feeling this light radiating from the heart, and extending that outwards within the circle of this space, imagining each person on this call sitting in a circle around you, seeing each individual heart center radiating their light. And as we come into a unified breath, Breathing into the heart, we radiate our light outwards, allowing the light to merge and creating one unified, radiant field of light. Continue to breathe in this oneness, this one in breath, this one out breath. This one heartbeat of pure source light. And in our awareness, we hold that image, and we hold that frequency of this unified heart field of light, holding the space for the collective, bringing in the codes, the healing, the frequency that is required for the collective. And as we hold that, we're going to individually now start to descend in to the womb space. And imagining that the light in your heart is a torch for you as you descend down a deep well. Each breath is taking you down a ladder. So each breath, allowing each breath to let your foot step one layer down, almost as if you're stepping onto a rung of a ladder. So working at your own pace now, as you continue to work with your breath, holding that light. Start the path of descending from the heart, descending your awareness, descending your light from the heart down towards your womb, hara. And as we descend through the layers of distortion, of density, of division, of separation, of suffering in the collective field. And you're reminded to keep coming into the breath and the heart. Keep anchoring into that light. As you take one step down. Breathing in, seeing your light. As you breathe out, take another step down. Being the observer in between breaths. Noticing the thoughts, noticing the feelings. But keep descending. Narae shae nasae shae rae krae krashnae satatarae shae sashae sashae nae sashae. Taking that slow deep breath in, feeling yourself now anchored into the womb or hara portal. Connecting into the presence of yourself as you're connecting into the portal. Feeling the presence of your energy, of your field, seeing your light. Knowing that nothing else is required other than that sense of presence and that connection to your light. And turning your internal attention, dropping your head if it feels comfortable, and looking down into the heart and the womb, seeing that pillar of light radiating. Keep connecting into this pillar of light. And as we work with the breath now, we breathe in love, breathe in that frequency of love, breathe it into the womb. Really feel that frequency of love. As we breathe out peace, connecting into that frequency of peace, feeling what peace feels like. Breathing in love, breathing out peace, and with each in-breath and each out-breath, see and feel this light within you pulsing, radiating, growing, expanding. See it moving through every cell, moving out of your body, beyond your body, into the spaces around you. Shifting and moving through the collective field. And expanding beyond the collective field into the quantum field. Drawing your whole awareness and attention into that frequency of love, that sequence, the resonance of love. As you breathe it in, breathing out peace, allowing the body to continually soften and open into these frequencies. From the womb and Hara chakra, we are creating these frequencies of love and peace, and we are radiating them through the collective field. Bringing the healing and the transformation that is required for all of creation, should they choose it. Nasae shae ta eskana rahe sae shae na ekrae shae sae sae tarae sae shae ta sae na ekra shae na sae shae tarae sae. As we continue to radiate those frequencies of peace and love, we expand our awareness into the oneness of the group, into that unified field of the group, knowing that each individual participant is bringing their unique sequencing of codes and frequencies, and coming into that one in breath, we start to anchor. So we start to focus those frequencies down into the root chakra, into the layers of the earth. So coming into that one breath. And as we breathe out, we radiate through the earth, through the layers of the earth, weaving those frequencies and the codes through the layers into the grids. Bringing that healing into Gaia. And in this oneness, as we are holding these frequencies of love and peace for the collective field, radiating it through the collective field and through Gaia, there's a sense of oneness. Just one radiating frequency of love and peace that is moving through all time and space. And as we hold that image of this field of love and peace that is all encompassing, we start to bring ourselves back to the heart, recentering into the heart. And as we recenter into the heart, we send out a prayer of gratitude and grace to each member who participated and who opened up their heart space to bringing in this healing for the collective. And we step out of that unified field and we come back, centered into our heart. And from this centered place within our heart, we send out from the heart up to the crown chakra, to our I Am Presence, a prayer of gratitude. It's in this connection that we remember our divine blueprint, that we remember our truth, our sovereignty, and we come back to that truth, the wholeness that exists within us, the purity and the power of our light, the purity and the power of our heart. And we hold that connection and awareness for ourselves as we gently step back into our bodies, drawing our breath and our awareness back into the body. And as you come back into the body, scanning into the body, scanning into the emotional body, scanning into the mental body, the physical body, and just noticing how the body's feeling. Noticing if there is any discomfort or any dis-ease in any part of the body. And if there is, just breathing into that space, breathing your light into that space. Very gently, we start to close the meditation down. Becoming fully aware of the body. Gently bringing our awareness back. Gently moving the body as we bring our awareness back. And when you're ready, opening eyes. But as we open eyes, I'd like to go back to that frequency of love and peace. And keep anchoring that in. As we step into the space with our eyes open and starting to get distracted by things around us, keep going back into that frequency of what that love and peace feels like. And see if you can hold that frequency or keep that weave of that frequency through every cell in your body. And as it's in every cell, as you're still holding that memory and that frequency in every cell, keep radiating it. Radiating it through your field. Radiating it beyond your field. Practice being embodied in that frequency. Keep holding that frequency. Very gently, we close the space.